This is 13th Gamer, and I'm about to play Megaman X for the Super NES. And this is a game that brings back a lot of memories because the first couple years, and I mean couple, I was probably like 3. I could not beat this game. It had me in a standstill, and that's when it came out. And I must have put at least $100 to $150 in the local rent store's pocket trying to beat this game. Then after I kept renting it and I kept on not passing it, I decided to buy it. So I did what anybody my age did back in those days in order to buy it. So I traded in, I sold my comics and a deck of comic book cards. Now, shit, I wish I wouldn't have done that, because now in these days those cards are worth more than the video game was worth. But now what happened is that this game is like $300 if you have a copy with a booklet and with a box. Now if it's the original copy with the box and hold the little surrounding case that holds the game, the white one, you could spend up to $300 to $400 to buy it. Now, oh shit! Sorry, I just sneezed. Like you saw, I had to turn some codes off. And yes, this is superhero crappy controller run. And yes, it's a crappy controller. It's a Logitech. It's not my Xbox controller. And it's gonna play a real bad part when I decide to go into the into the last stages. I mean, it's old. It's an old video game. I don't know why I said old. Anyways, it's gonna play a big difficult mode in the final stages. Now, my plan was to skip the beginning of the game and just start from the boss select screen. And that's because the truth to the matter is I don't like what the heck is his name? Zero? I do not like him. because it pissed me off. This is the reason, because back then it was Goku. It was Goku. Well, Goku and Vegeta were orange and blue. But Mega Man is blue and Zero's red. But I didn't like them because of the blade. It just it rubbed me the wrong way. And that's why I wanted to start from the boss select screen or the stage select screen, and but I decided to put it in. Now this game, I mean, it brings back a lot of memories. The memories of spending almost, I think it was $150 or $155 in only one of the local rent stores, cause there was there was 3 rent stores near me, but I had the owner of one of the stores. His brother worked with my father, so not only that, but when I was a 8th grader in middle school, his daughter was it was her 6th grade year, so she was entering middle school. So we knew our family, so it didn't hurt to go to him and rent the games, cause he was hella cool. His wife was hella cool too. And like I said, I spent like probably $155, cause it was $4.99 to rent them, and I spent a lot of money and I couldn't beat it. Now with the other game, the other local rent store, that's where I bought Megaman X3 after it got old. There was already Mega Man X 4 and 5 and 6 for the PlayStation. So that store owner had the cool thing of selling the game for $9.99. He would sell all the old VHS movies, the DVD movies, and the ones that he overbought, because the thing was that him and the other local rent stores, they would order like 5 new releases of the good movies to have at least 5 people rent out the movie. But it was a new release and it was a 2-night movie, so that meant that you rented one day and you had to return it. Say you rented it on Monday, you had to return it by Wednesday. So both of them did that, but the one of the rent stores, the guy was hella cool, and if he saw the game wasn't being rented for like 3 4 months, he would put it for sale and he would sell it for $9.99. So that's where I bought my first copy of Megaman X 3, and I still own it. Now that brings back a lot of memories because he was hella cool. He would he would let me know when he was about to sell the game. He said, "You know what? You've bought in like 10 of my video games, and I'm gonna let you know whenever I'm about to sell them. That way you get first dips." And he helped me grow my library of Super Nintendo and PS1 games, because I bought all his Twisted Metals, and that's where I bought my first copy of Capcom vs. Street Fighter, my first copy of Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter Alpha EX Plus, and like I said, I had a lot of what the heck? See, that's the codes. They soft mod, or they screw with the code with the game itself. That's why I restarted Street Fighter. Anyways, like I was talking about the game store, the other. Both of the local game stores were near. They were only blocks away from each other. But people really knew, or they knew who I was. So whenever they would put a movie out for sale, they would put a video game out for sale, they would let me know right away. And that's how I built a good VHS movie library, because that's where I got the Jasons, the Mike Myers, Halloween, Friday the 13th. That's where I got Count of Monte Cristo, and that's where I got The Last Samurai and Gladiator. And I was one of his good customers, because it was either me that he would sell them, or when there was a new release, it was my older cousin that would rent out the movie, and he would always have at least 5 copies of the movie, and one of the movies always ended up with my cousin. And like I said, that store owner knew me very well. He knew my cousin, he knew my family. So in the first rent store that I was talking about, I knew his family, the owner's brother knew my dad. They worked together. So, and I went to school with his one of his youngest daughters. So summer came along, you would always catch me either renting Megaman X, Super Street Fighter. You would see me renting Street Fighter Alpha 2 or Mortal Kombat 2. So that's how I was building up my video game library and my VHS and DVD movies. He was a big help. Both of those stores were big helps for me because I would get the movies really cheap. And I remember one time he heard that I made hella money selling my drawings at school because they switched me to a charter school. It's like a high school, but with less kids. It was how many kids? Probably around 70 to 80 kids, right? There was only like 10 to 15 kids in each class. And anyways, he found out that I was making money drawing and stuff. And he told me, hey, so and so came in. He said that you made a lot of money. And he said, hey, I usually don't do this, but if you want, I'll give you a special deal. Take 5 used games and 5 movies, and I'll let you have them for $25. So that's when I got Balls 3D. I got my copy of F-Zero, my first F-Zero copy. I got Super Mario Brothers All Stars. I grabbed a copy of Mortal Kombat 1, and I got I forgot the 5th game, but the movies I picked all of Jim Carrey's comedies, and he's all going, I told you it was a good deal. And he just smiled and he said, whenever I have a lot of backups, or whenever I going to have a sale, I'll let you know. And he would let me know all the time. And that's the other video game store. I would rent out five movies for 8 days, and it was 5 for 5. 5 movies, 5 days. She would let me have them or the guy's wife that his brother worked with my father. She would let me have them 3 extra days. And that's how I got into Hellraiser. That's how I got into the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Because we would only rent them out once and watch them, and that was it. And I remember when she had her first sale, every year around I think it was December. They had a super flea market in a quarter. No, it was half a mile stretch of town, right? So there was a super flea market, and it ran from Friday to Sunday, one weekend a year. So uh, she she let me know when she was going to open that day, and I got there, and I got there like probably 30 minutes before anybody, and she let me go through all the movies, and that's where I got Cyborg, Kickboxer, uh, Universal Soldier, and I got Rocky 4. And what was the other one? It was Best of Best. The first one, because they made a lot of installments of Best of Best, and that's where I got them. And she was going to sell them for $8, and she ended up selling them to me, and she let me have them for $4.99 each. And then she's all going, don't worry, don't let anybody know though, but don't worry, I have triples and doubles of those movies, and I'm going to sell them. So I mostly got my video game library because of the rent stores. But it was like a big thing every summer when I was younger to rent this game out during summer after it came out. And we would take turns. I would go rent it. Then my friend would go rent it. Then my other friend would go rent it. And then one other neighbors would go out rent it. And that's how we all got together during summer. Because during summer, we would choose one day to go play it at a friend's house, and their parents wouldn't trip. None of my friends' parents would trip, because one day we were at their house, and we were there after lunch, like around 12:30. We wouldn't leave till 3, and then we would go out and play for a while, and they would go back at 5:30 to eat, and I wouldn't come out of the house till like 6, because my mom made dinner like around 5, almost 6. No, like 5:30, and that's how I spent my summer when I was younger. And I have a tradition, just like with Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 for the NES, and I have a tradition with with Zelda Ocarina of Time, with Final Fantasy 3, 3, Final Fantasy 7, with Castlevania Lament of Innocence. Those are like seasonal games for me. So what happens is, in Christmas Eve, I play Ninja Gaiden 2, 1, and 3 for the NES every Christmas Eve in the morning. Then during summer, I'm playing Final Fantasy 7. I'm playing Megaman X, Megaman X2, Megaman X3 during the summer. Then when it gets cold, when it's really raining, that's when I have a tradition to play Castlevania Lament of Innocence and Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. And but yeah, like around yeah, it's in Black Friday. I never go out to the store on Black Friday. So my tradition in Black Friday is to start Zelda Ocarina of Time. And I play that game every year also. At that time and Black Friday. And then what happens is I skip Black Friday, right? My day to go buy stuff really cheap is the day after Christmas. Cause after Christmas, the first 3 days after Christmas, the 26th, 27th, and 28th, are the days everybody returns everything. So I remember back in 2010, I bought my first big screen TV. It was a 55. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, that's not a big screen. That's a small, medium-sized TV. It was a big screen because it was for my room. So that I went, and I couldn't believe the big ass deal I got. Somebody returned it, and I got it for $2.99. And when that same day I go to Kmart. No, not Kmart, Walmart. Sorry. I went to Walmart and I look at the TVs, and the $2.99 was a Sony 19-inch flat screen TV. A monitor sized TV. And I started laughing my ass off, because my big screen TV, it wasn't a Sony. It was a Hitachi. It was a Hitachi 55 screen. And then every every time it came after Christmas, me, my mom, my dad, and sometimes my younger brother, we would go out and we would get hella good deals on electronics. And in 2012, that's when I first bought my first Xbox Elite, because I had the normal Xbox, the one with the white, that you need to have that came with the 20 gig hard drive. I went and I bought my first Xbox Elite with 500 gigs of memory, and at the time they were selling it for $3.99, and I got it for $150 because it was a return. There we go. Anyways, yeah, I have the one hit boss kills on. You probably noticed it. Anyways, I bought my first Xbox Elite that year. Was it? I think it was 2010 or 2012. I don't remember, but I do remember buying that right after Christmas, and it was my first Xbox Elite, and I had right there I already had like a 50 game library, and what I mean by 50, I had 50 games, different games, right? That's not counting doubles that I had, because if really you count the doubles, I would probably have like close to 85. And I had 50 games, and the rest were doubles, and it was just the games that I really liked. So I bought the Xbox Elite that year, and then I remember I went to it wasn't Costco. I think it was Sam's Club. I know it wasn't Costco because it looked way different. Yeah, I think it was Sam's Club. I went to Sam's Club, and because it was a big warehouse store, like Costco. It was a wholesale, I think. I think that's what they call them. Anyways, I went to one of those big ass stores, and I think it was Sam's Club, because it wasn't Costco. The reason I know it wasn't Costco is because of the menu of the food. Sam's Club, when their little food area, they sell Kirkland stuff, and it wasn't Kirkland. Anyways, I went there, and they had trilogy packs, and and they would sell them for $50, but it was games that had three episodes or 3 chapters of the video game series. So I bought the trilogy of Ninja Gaiden. I bought the trilogy of what's it called? Gears of War, in the trilogy of Halo. Now, I'm not a Halo fan. I don't like Halo. The thing was that I bought the Halo trilogy, and it wasn't 1 and 2 and 3. It was 3 ODST and Halo Wars. So I went to my nephew and I gave him the Halo games, and he said I already have them, and I'm all going, look, they're unopened. Just keep them. I don't know if he kept them, he sold them, or what he did with them. Anyways, I got those trilogies, and I was getting them for like $25 to $20 was the Halo trilogy. The Ninja Gaiden was $25, and I don't remember how much it was for the Gears trilogy, because that one cost me a little bit more than the other two, and it was they put them in special mode because they were returned back. They weren't opened, but they were returns. And I guess stores have a thing that if they get returns, they still sell them, but they can't sell them for original price because in record the returns. So I bought those as returns, and then I remember when that's the year. That was the year that they had the little systems. You know, it was like it was the Super Nintendo, the regular Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, the PlayStation, that it was like a new re-release of the system that you could play all your old games, but it came with at least 25 games of each. That's right. It was also the Atari. The Atari came out with it, and I had a bigger blast with the Atari because the Atari had 100 games, and I had a bigger blast because I was playing Space Invaders. I was playing Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man. What was the other one? It wasn't Tetris. It was another. It wasn't Space Invaders. It was the one they made like Space Invaders, but with actual ship. I don't remember. what it was called. But I had it was it was that year that those systems came out. And like I said, the Super Nintendo one, they had two versions. One came with it came with Mortal Kombat, with this Mega Man. It came with F-Zero. It came with Super Street Fighter. Not Super Street Fighter, the new challengers. Street Fighter 2, I mean. The regular Street Fighter 2. It came with Final Fight. It was an okay list of 25. And the Sega, it came with all the Sonic games, 1, 2, and 3. It came with one of my favorite Mickey Mouse games. It came with Shinobi, but I don't remember the other ones because I rebought those systems. But the thing was that once you bought them, they felt generic. It felt like it was just like it was regular. It was thick enough plastic to paint and not make it see-through. But it didn't feel like the actual system. And the thing I liked about it is that you could play all the old video games. You could buy or play your old video games that you already had. And the thing that was special about those systems is that it didn't read the Game Shark. I mean the Game Genie. None of them did. And that meant that you had to play the game old school, and that was like a plus because it already felt cheap, but it did it so it blocked out the Game Genie, and I'm not sure there were power codes, but it wasn't the action replay. It was like another cheat system. And the Super Nintendo was focused only on the Super Nintendo games. You couldn't use the Game Boy player, the original Game Boy player, to play it on the big screen. It wouldn't let you. But those were fun times. Now, I'd rather much play old systems than the new ones. The only new ones that I like to play are the Nintendos. The Switch and the Switch 2. And I'm waiting for next week, so I actually play it, but I'm waiting for the end of next week to go buy Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Oh my god, I've said this in other Let's Plays, but that game is as beautiful as the original Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 2 Stir of Echoes, I did not like that. It didn't feel like a Metroid game. I don't know. Corruption, I didn't like Corruption either. To me, a Metroid. Oh, there we go. I have to take those off. Anyways, Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 4, I think they're as bad as Metroid the Other M and Samus Returns. And Metroid... No, actually, I'd rather play Metroid Pinball or Metroid Hunters before I will ever play Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, Samus Returns. I don't know, I just didn't like those Metroids. And I can't wait till next week so I could go buy me a copy of Metroid Prime 4 and play it once or twice, and then in the third run put it in a Let's Play. Try to put it in a Let's Play, because right now I'm having such a hard time choosing the games, because I wanted to start with Zelda Ocarina of Time, Final Fantasy VII, but I started with Metroid Hydelius or Metroid I don't remember if it's Hydelius or Hyper. Metroid Hyper Super and Ninja Gaiden. I started with those, and then you saw what I did. I put in Mortal Kombat. I have like a week's worth of gameplays. I finished yesterday. I finished Final Fantasy X. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to finish Final Fantasy VII. Then right now I'm doing at least, I'm going to try to do at least 10 games. Have them already recorded. So for the following 10 days, I have time to play Lost Odyssey. I'm going to try to play Crisis Core, Zelda Ocarina of Time, but I'm not sure, because they're really long games. That I know that Lost Odyssey, it's the first disc is at least 5 to 6 hours. The second disc is like between 4.5 to 5 hours. The third disc is is at least 5 hours, and the final disc with everything, with all the side quests and everything, it's another 6 hours. So I need at least 5, 10, 15, 20, like 25 hours to play Lost Odyssey, and I want to play that because it's a really good video game. I want to have it in my Let's Plays. So it's with that game, I'm going to play disc chapters. So I'm going to, the first chapter is going to be disc 1, second's going to be disc 2, and so on. Now I want to do something special for Zelda, and if I do, I don't want to say what I'm planning to do, but I think it's gonna be the first. I'll probably be the first person to do it, but I have something planned for Zelda Ocarina of Time. Oh shit! Apologies. I do apologize. The screen went black, and it was one of the codes. I do apologize. As soon as I paused it, and I went into the codes, I turned it off, turned it back on, and the game went back to normal. One of the codes I have, I made it myself, and it always gives me problems towards the end of the game. What it does is it gives me all the parts without the game knowing that I have the parts, so the game won't freeze. Now the reason it freezes is because you're going around and getting the stuff, but if you don't get everything correctly when you're supposed to, the game reads it like it's missing, and it freezes the game itself, because you're not supposed to have it, or it reads it like you don't have it, and then it freezes because you have it without the acknowledgement of the game. In this game, Super Metroid and Zelda A Link to the Past, they're highly protected against cheating. So in Super Metroid, you're not supposed to have 3 items before 1 point. If you get them and you cross that barrier, that line that the game sets,
the game freezes, it corrupts the file, and if it, in the worst case scenario, it ruins the ROM. It corrupts the ROM itself. Because I know it does, because it's done it to me before, and I've also ruined a copy of the original Super Metroid. Because it kept on automatically saving file, and it corrupted all 3 files, and there was no way to keep playing or start from any of the files. So those codes, I make sure I don't have those 3 items. And this one, it reads, you're supposed to have, when you have it on, the game reads it like you have all the items, but you actually don't. So when you cross a barrier at a certain point of the game, I'm not going to say what code or what barrier or where it's located, because you saw where it's located. Anyways, when you get to that barrier, if the list that the game says you have doesn't match up with what you have, it blocks, it goes to black screen. So what you do is you take out the code, and you reset. When you reset, you're making sure that the file doesn't get saved and becomes corrupted. So you hit reset, and you do not turn off the power, because if you turn off the power, it or you exit out the emulator, it'll corrupt the file. Okay, down another talk bit. Anyways, like I said, this is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. It's not my favorite Mega Man X. My favorite Mega Man X of the series is 13. X3, I mean. And then it's X1, then it's X2, and then I would say X16, because I don't like 15 or 14. 15 doesn't feel like a Mega Man X. It feels like somebody did it that wasn't the original guy, which I don't know if the original guy made the original guy that made Mega Man X made the Mega Man X X4 and X5, because they're not that good. And 7 just sucked. Mega Man X7 and 8, it just got old. It felt like Mega Man 7, Mega Man 8, that they overdid it. Yeah. It felt like they overdid it, so I didn't really like it. But this Mega Man, oh my god, it's a great summer game, and I usually, now that I know where everything's at, that I know the movements of the of the bosses, I could pass it quickly. It takes me like an hour and 20, sometimes an hour and 30. But what you're seeing here is I'm going through it fairly fast, and that's because of the superhero mode. But like I said, all the games are like they're an hour to an hour and a half. And if you're a speed runner to these games, you'll probably be a faster speed runner if you did superhero mode. But a lot, and sometimes it's just funner to play without superhero mode or with the codes. It's more of a challenge, because I seen people beat this in 45 minutes. I seen them beat it in 50, 110, 110. An hour and 10 minutes. So, and that's without superhero mode. But I really have fond memories of this game. It's probably my favorite robot game. And honestly, if you put Mega Man against Cyrax Sector or Cyber Smoke, I bet you Mega Man will beat them. Oh man. A lot of people say that this dog is harder than Sigma himself. But it's not hard, it's just that he's annoying. He's really annoying. And yeah, I plan to do some mega runs where I'm going to play off, or I'm going to play a trilogy, or I'm going to play 3 games in one sitting. And that's, I already did one Mega Run like that, and it was Super Metroid and Zelda put together. Zelda Link to the Past. Now, what I'm trying to do is get trilogies together and make Mega Runs. But the Mega Runs, a lot of them, they like, or at least the version of the games that I have, they cross from one. They're in one system and another. So, like, Metal Gear Slug. I have it for the PS1, and I have it for the Game Boy Advance. Oh, I didn't see Sigma up there. He's right there. Yeah, I'm kind of being quiet because this is annoying me. I don't know why, but it's annoying me. So I'm keeping a little bit quiet. I slept for like 7 hours and I'm still getting tired. The fuck? Oh shit. I'm falling asleep. What kind of crap is this? I'm falling asleep while I'm playing it. I'm like, my head keeps on like falling, and I'm still like up in the air, and so I'm fighting Sigma and fighting the urge to fall asleep. Fucking, this sucks. I don't know why I'm tired. Like I said before, I did I did sleep a lot, or I slept normally, but it wasn't normal like night to morning. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning till like 12, and then or to 11, and then I went to sleep again at like 12:30. Woke up at a little past 7, but I shouldn't be tired. I think it's just Sigma that's boring me. Oh, I think I have to sit up. This shit's, I'm getting tired. I think it's because it's hot in here. And I have to have the fan off or you guys hear it in the playthrough. And I'm trying not to have you guys hear it. Kill that motherfucker. What the hell? Freaking ugly ass boss. Okay, there you have it. I just defeated Sigma. This is the end of the game. I'm not going to put in the credits. The reason for it's not 100% playthrough. You saw me going through the codes. So this is 13th Gamer signing off. And remember, game on.